Nick here with F5Live.tv, chilling in the Jag Type F. Here with Sky Matthews from Rational. Sky, I know you're the driver in the car, but let's have a mutual conversation if we can today. Explain why I'm sitting in this vehicle passenger side to you.
You got it. Well, this is a slightly tricked out Jaguar F-Type, beautiful car. But in the back, we've got some new electronics. Basically, Jaguar is working on a platform so that we can build connected vehicle solutions. So they have a beautiful infotainment unit here. It's being driven by a new box in the back that's running a automotive-grade Linux platform. And inside that, there's some messaging software working with a protocol called MQTT. And that is connected to the IBM cloud, and we can start building applications in the cloud that actually can look at the data coming from the vehicle if they want to. It's not enabled right now, but in the future, actually start interacting. We have a demo that's basically using the mobile application running through the cloud to talk to the Jaguar to actually control the HVAC unit, for example, so you can use your mobile, turn on the air conditioning, whatever. But there's a lot of more things that we can do with that. That's just the start.
Right.
But it's a great platform. And then IBM is working on cloud-side connected car solution. We have today running in Bluemix something called the IoT Cloud Service. And that'll actually be able to store messages and get messages from connected cars or refrigerators or whatever. So we're going to be using that to build out a connected car solution in Bluemix.
So let's take just a step back and let's kind of talk about the blanket statement that is the Internet of Things. A lot of people have heard about it. Developers, tinkerers, makers, all these people know a little bit about it, but let's kind of describe what that is and how it kind of ties into making a car, I guess, more smart about what it's doing.
Yep. Yeah, so at the root, it's pretty simple. All these devices now, be it a car or your Fitbit or your fridge at home, they have the possibility to be connected. Could be through Wi-Fi, it could be over a 3G modem. This has actually built in a 3G modem or something like that. Anything that can connect to the internet. Once you got that, then you've got the possibility to open a protocol between the device and the cloud. And basically the Internet of Things is about the devices connected to the cloud, and then we can start building applications that interact with those devices. Pretty simple.
So the possibilities obviously are limitless. What you can really do with these things. Let's talk about some realistic examples beyond just the HVAC. I saw over there at the demonstration, we're talking about accident notification on a level that's been unseen before.
Yep, precisely. So now that we can get the information real time from the car about where it is, what the road condition is. So one great example of what kind of thing can the IoT really enable is that the cars now have sensors that can see about 100 meters in front of them. But I don't know if I'm going down a mountain road at night that there was a rock fall on the road 300 meters down the road.
Right.
I don't know that. But if another car passed by, it detected that, sent that information to the cloud, I get the notification because it knows I'm in the area. It says, beware, dangerous road condition up ahead. And then that enables me to slow down. All kinds of things we can do from there. But yeah, it really is limitless.
Now, we've seen the beginnings of this technology several years back, even at the Consumer Electronics Show, where we saw cars interacting with each other.
Yeah.
So where does that take us to today? So a car like this, connected, completely ready to go, can talk to other cars, that other car's not talking back to you. That's where I think a lot of people are getting nervous. Well, what if the car just rams into another car? What if they can't really communicate? How are we going about trying to mitigate that concern?
Yeah, good question. Actually, most of what you see right now is the cars connected to the cloud, not talking directly to each other. And of course, there are other cars on the road that are not connected yet, right?
Right.
So they have various mitigations. The car itself has to rely on certain behaviors being always here. We can't rely on the connection to the cloud always being there. Can't rely on the other cars to be talking. So the car has enough smarts built in, for example, that it can recognize an impending collision and hit the brakes. But of course, things get better the more devices we connect. And in fact, the statistics are something like you only need about 10% of the vehicles on the road before you're gathering enough data about the surrounding conditions to really make things smart.
So for the people that are concerned about the let's just say, the overwatching eye that is the Internet of Things at some point, maybe going too far, what would you say to that person that's really concerned about it knowing too much information about you?
Yeah, we always worry about privacy and security for sure. So we're being a little bit careful about how much individual data, right? What we're actually gathering is data about the conditions, the environment. We're not today tracking data about individual drivers or individual users. Now, that is a potential, and you've probably seen, insurance companies will give you a OBD plug. You just plug into your car, and you're agreeing then to let the insurance company track your driving behavior in exchange for some benefit, a reduced insurance rate. But that's a kind of opt-in thing. So that's what we want to try to encourage, is that we're not collecting private data without the consumer being able to opt into that. So in general, most of the data that we're gathering is really just sort of generic about the environment, not about individuals and what their behavior is.
Sure, and that brings us to where we are today. What's next for IBM, for Rational? What's next for the connected car? What's next for Internet of Things?
Right.
Where are we going?
Well, for Rational in particular, we've got a lot of interesting stuff going on about how you design for the Internet of Things, how you develop, using cool stuff like Bluemix and the rapid application development in Bluemix. Suddenly we can take the data that's coming from the vehicle and really quickly do all kinds of cool stuff with that. A couple demos running right here. But the analytics are really the next interesting step. So we've got a lot of data that's coming out of the IoT, the Internet of Things. But it's really only interesting if we start to discover patterns and recognize insights and apply analytics on top of that data. That's the next big thing.
So quite literally, excuse my pun, the sky is the limit.
You got it.
That's
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Sky, thank you for your time. I do appreciate it. And if you want more things, I know I don't have Jags, but if you want more things that are cool and tech and gadget-like, you can check out F5Live.tv.